everyone, it is time for another Q&A. I'm very excited. This is the third week in a row that we've done them. They're very fun for me, so I hope that you guys are enjoying watching them. The fan art for today is from The Rolling Western on DeviantArt. Normally I find fan art on Tumblr, but I figured in case there was anything that I was just overlooking, I would do a general Google search, and I found this one, so thank you so much, I really love it. So for any of you who have never watched this show before, the way that it works is I will answer 3 questions from each mug. This mug is work questions, this mug is personal questions, and this mug is silly shenanigans questions. All right, are you ready? Are we ready? Are we ready to begin? From @dstewart2013, do you see yourself continuing to make videos even after settling down and having a family? Oh, poor Ruby downstairs is just howling her little head off, and it's probably at me. Anyway, I've actually thought about this a lot, like whether or not I would want to continue doing vlogs with like my baby in it or with my child in it. I would probably slow everything down so that I could really focus on being a mom, because I've known for years that I want to have kids or adopt kids or just be a mom in general. So, that is a big decision, you know, because I kind of equate it to when people give their babies ear piercings. Like, yes, it's over and done with and they have them, but you didn't give them a choice of whether or not they wanted them, right? So it's kind of like that. Like, I would hate for my child to grow up and be like, I wish that you had never put me in your videos. Like, why did you do that? You know? So I figure that it's a lot safer to slow down on the video making once I'm a mom and I'm trying to have a family. But I don't see why things like news and gameplay and stuff would need to slow down. Although kids are a big deal. Like, kids take a lot of your time, I guess. So maybe I'm overestimating myself. Personal question from @Fraser. Favorite alcoholic drink? I really love Dark and Stormies. It's ginger beer and rum. Love those so much. They're so good, but I kind of burned myself out on them at one point, and I haven't had one in a really long time. And it's really easy to not have them here because most places just don't have ginger beer, so you just can't get them most places. But I do really, really love Dark and Stormies. If there isn't a Dark and Stormy, I just go for whiskey Coke. So those are my two drinks of choice. I have started liking fruitier drinks lately, though. I've noticed that. @TD Millard, if you could set Jesse Cox up on a date with anyone, who would it be and why? Jurihan, because he wants to date her so badly. He just loves her so much. And she would kill him. It would be the thing that killed him. But, you know, sometimes you gotta help people with their dreams. Oh god. No, I don't want to see it. @Liam Convery. How many retakes do you have to do before you're happy with a video? That is a good question. With news, it's really all up in the air. Sometimes my thoughts are so put together and I can literally just one take like the whole thing, which is amazing. That's very rare. Most of the time it takes me a couple cracks at what I'm trying to say before it really comes together and sounds like it makes sense. But there are those rare days that I hate where I will stand in front of that camera for like over an hour, just trying desperately to like figure out what I'm trying to say and just restating the exact same thing over and over and over and over again. And sometimes I've even gotten halfway through a news episode and then just stopped it and deleted all of the footage and started over, like given myself a literal fresh start. And those are when I just get really frustrated. It's like coffee time. Those are one take willies. Sometimes when I'm doing gameplay, I'll start the video off and then it won't feel like I'm in the groove, so I'll start over. I've never gotten like very far. It's always like 30 seconds into whatever I'm doing and then I'm like, wait, let me start that again. But I very rarely need to do something over and over and over and over and over again in order to really feel happy with it. Ruby, stop howling. What are you howling at? Everybody's nice. Everybody's friendly. Poor puppy. @Artemis F3, have you got a secret lover? All right, guys. Look, the truth is, clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am stuck in. And so hopefully that answers all of your questions about that. There was one that was like slicked up against the side of the cup. All right. At Red Death Reviews, what if your legs didn't know they were legs? Well, I mean, your legs don't know they're legs. Just based on muscle memory and the way that your brain works, it tells them that they need to do specific things and then they do those things. But if your brain was telling them to do other stuff, I don't know, based on like what all you can do with your legs, some people use their legs like arms. That's pretty cool. So maybe they could just be, you know, like tentacles, like really badly formed tentacles. At Sandown, why do they make you stand on a box to do daily bite? Because I am short. It's literally just to get a really good shot. So like that opening shot, obviously I'm not on a box, but for the rest of it, in order for us to get a good head-on shot of me and have it be really pleasing with all of the different cones in the background, it's kind of necessary for me to be on a box. And there are honestly different sizes of box. There are really big ones and there are really small ones. It depends on the size of shoes that I wear and the shot that they want to get. Steve is he's very particular about the way that a shot looks. So he will move those cones around forever unless I'm on a box and he can make it look cleaner, easier. Last personal question. Oh God, hair is in my eye. At Cyro Zion, what kind of difficulties do you deal with daily as someone who is vertically challenged? What is up with all the short questions? Okay, things that short people deal with on the daily. And obviously I'm not as short as many people are in the world as grown adults. And I feel for you, man. Like, it's already hard enough for me, so you rock. But I can tell you right now that every top shelf of every kitchen I have ever lived in has nothing on it because I can't reach those shelves. I always have step ladders, multiple step ladders in my home because I need them so often that it's just a pain in the butt to constantly lug it around all over the place. So I have two of them. I have a shorter one and I have a taller one. That's just awesome. You find yourself throwing clothes a lot. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, in closets, how they have the bar that you can hang stuff on, and then they have that shelf above the bar. I can't reach that shelf. So I always put sweatshirts up there and I throw them to get them up there because I can't reach it otherwise. And yes, I could use the ladder, but after you've been doing laundry for a while and folding all the stuff, you're just like, whatever, they're sweatshirts, and you just throw them. People can't find me in crowds. I have been to multiple events where someone has been talking about how they're looking for me while they're right next to me and they don't realize I'm there. You know, it's not the worst, it's not the best, it's not the most convenient, but I don't mind being short. I've learned to love it. Last silly question. At Mukors, if you found a genie, what would your second wish be? I guess that depends on what my first wish is. Like, my first wish would probably be something along the lines of make everybody healthy, like something super humanitarian that way, because I know so many people and have so many friends and loved ones that are sick in some way. So make everybody healthy. Yay, huzzah. And then I would want to address, you know, the more instinctual human side of me that wants to be comfortable. And I'd do something like, I want $1 billion. I want $1 billion. And then I could use a lot of, since it's $1 billion, I could use a lot of that money to feed all the hungry people, and I'd still have like $1 million left. And then I'd be comfy. I could be comfy with that. Anywho, that's been my Q&A. I hope that you enjoyed. We will do another one next week, but I am off to Belgium. So I'm very excited. I'm actually about to do the podcasts. Like, literally right now. So, yeah. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Mwah.